welcome back to D&D Homestead. Today I thought I would bring you along when I make spaghetti sauce from fresh tomatoes that I got at Fred Meyer's that were in the markdown bin. Always check there, sometimes they have really good deals. And these tomatoes, some aren't too perfect, but most of them are in pretty good shape. And I thought, well, I get those, I'm going to try to make spaghetti sauce from scratch. And also I'd like to take this time to welcome everybody to our channel and to all of our subscribers. I just like to say thank you so much for being here, joining in, and your comments and likes. And if you do like it, please like and subscribe. So we'll get on with this. It's pretty easy. All I do is you need to cut out your core. And I'm going to leave the skins on because I'm going to puree them with a, what do you call that blender? Immersion blender. And I'm just going to give them a rough chop and put them in the slow cooker and just let them cook down. And like I said, the immersion blender will break down the skins, and really all it does is add a little bit more fiber. And let it cook for a few hours and hopefully turns out good. I'm sure it will. And I'm gonna make spaghetti probably tomorrow with this, but there's so many other things you can do with tomato sauce or spaghetti sauce. And of course I washed my hands. But we use it for spaghetti. You can use it for lasagna. Like a goulash, you could put some of that in there. And it's just nice to have some and put it in the freezer. Alright, let me get all these cut up. Now make sure you cut out any bad spots. I don't want those. That'll go to our chickens, which they have big appetites. They just about eat anything. And anyway, I'll cut these up and I'll be right back. Alright, finish up with this last tomato, and then I'm going to cut up an onion. Just kind of, it doesn't have to be perfect, whatever, you know. You can just take and puree it with a food processor, immersion blender.
Regular blender.
Yeah, just anything. Because once it cooks down, it's going to be soft. And you want to cut them up somewhat. It'll help them to cook faster. And now I'm just going to cut this up and cube it. I try to get off as little as I can, but I don't like doing onions too much. But does anybody like cutting up onions? I sure don't. Like I said, just rough chop it. Try not to cut off a finger.
That's always good.
Alright, oops. We'll put that onion in. And there's going to be a lot of moisture from the tomatoes, but I think I'll still add probably, I don't know, half a cup or so of water to help them get started. In my house, we like lots of onions, so I put one whole onion in there. And another thing we like is garlic. can never have too much garlic. So I have fresh garlic, but I feel a little lazy, so I'm using my garlic I already have in a jar. Thank you, Costco. I just can't get the lid on. And then now I'll add a little bit of salt and put the lid on, and it'll cook, oh, probably for a few hours, 4 hours or more before it cooks down. I might add some spices. I don't know if I want to add spices now or later. What do you think? That's not quite a teaspoon of Himalayan pink salt.
You know, it's let cook and then add spices and see how it tastes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Add a little bit of water. Put the lid on and let it cook for several hours, probably. And I'll be back and I'll let you know how it looks. And I think it's going to be good. Doesn't look like sauce right now, but give it time. This will really cook down. Alright, we'll be back. Welcome back, everyone. It's the next day, and I just didn't have time to finish the spaghetti sauce yesterday, so I have it here today, and I'm going to finish it. Anyway, we're going to finish it, and I think the first thing I'm going to do is, there's a lot of moisture, and if I can do this without burning myself, I'm going to, first thing I'm going to do is remove some of this liquid, as I think it'll make my sauce thinner than I'd like. As you can tell, the tomatoes are well broken down. I'll reserve it in case I need it. And now I think is a good time to use the immersion blender. You kind of want to smush it a little. I like using the slow cooker because I can just fix it and forget it. I suppose you could do this, well, you can do it on the stove, but like most people, but or the slow cooker, but I really don't like the pressure cooker too much. I'll be right back when I get this done. Alright, that looks pretty good. There might be a few chunks in there, but that's okay. You know, sometimes I add not whole tomatoes, but diced tomatoes to my sauce. Okay, now I think I'm gonna add some tomato paste to kind of give it more of a, I think it'll help thicken it a little. I'll add spices. I'm gonna add a little garlic. Well, that might be a lot of garlic. We're not shy when it comes to garlic. And a little oregano. Not so much. You really don't want to hold your spice jars over your hot pot because moisture will build up in your jar and it can cause issues with mold and stuff, so you need to be careful of that. A little basil. I really have no recipe, just I'm putting in what I like, what my family likes. and a little Italian, but I think that's probably the same as the oregano and the basil, but a little bit won't hurt. Like that. And a little onion powder. I need some salt. Plus I'm gonna add some more fresh onion. Hey, off camera I put some pepper and some more, a little bit more salt. Mix those spices in. That spaghetti sauce, I think I can already tell it thickened it up a little. And then I have a little bit of spaghetti seasoning package sauce mix I'm gonna add. I've had that, I needed to use it up. Mix that in. I think more is the longer you let your sauce cook flavor. That's one reason I like a slow cooker, is because I think the longer it cooks, the more flavor it has. And let me take a little taste of it. It's hot. That's pretty good. That tastes really good. Now, to me it has a little fresher taste or something, maybe because that's the fresh tomatoes, but it tastes good. Let me grab another spoon, let my daughter taste it. That's really good. Yeah, it tastes really good. I have these frozen, that's a new word, but I'm gonna put these frozen mushrooms. I don't know if you've ever tried them, but I love getting frozen mushrooms from the store. I'm gonna put these in, and then I'm gonna let it cook a little bit longer, and I'm gonna put hamburger and another onion in it, and I'll be back when I do that. So let me put these in first. It'll bring the temperature down a little bit, but it'll be all good. I love the aspect of a slow cooker because you just can fix it and forget it. And, you know, like I said yesterday, the sauce, it has so many uses. You can use this for lasagna, oven spaghetti, which we love. I have a recipe for that if anybody wants to see it. And I can't think. Goulash, anything you can think of. And what's nice about it is it freezes really well. And you can put it in the freezer and take it out the next, you know, when you need it. And by that evening, when you get home from work or what have you, it's there, and all you have to do is heat it up. So that's my kind of, you know, thing to have on hand. But anyway, when I add the hamburger and the onion, I'll be back. All right, we're back. And I tell you what, I sure wish you could smell this. It smells wonderful. I love cooking in the slow cooker. You can kind of cook it and forget it, so to speak. But let me add the hamburger. We like to add hamburger to our spaghetti sauce. Stir that in. And there, it's pretty much just done. Now I can fix this on spaghetti or whatever we want. We'll probably have some on spaghetti. I'll post a picture of it when I get it done. But it's pretty much done. Just let it maybe simmer a little bit longer, and that's it. I made this whole pot. There's probably at least a gallon here for less than $5. So we're not counting the hamburger, because that's a whole nother story. Meat's very expensive here, but I can stretch this for a lot of meals. And let's give it a taste. Hold on, I'll be right back. A little bit. Try a little bit. It's very hot, careful.
Better than store-bought.
It's really good. It's got a fresh taste to it. It's funny, I always joke about my mom. I always said the only spices she ever used was salt and pepper and sugar. And I'm almost thinking this might help with to add like a spoon or two of sugar to it, but it's really good. Alright, let me get back. When I get a plate dished up, I'll let you see how it looks. And I hope you enjoy this. Alright, I just wanted to say before I put the sauce on it, I was figuring up with the tomatoes, which I got for less than $5, and the hamburger I got on sale. This whole meal I probably made for around $9. And nowadays that's pretty cheap. And this would probably easily feed 8 or 10 people, at least. And I just wish you could taste it, smell it. It smells so good. And it's just fresh tasting. Put a little bit on. I put a little sugar in it off camera. That's what my mom used to do. And I think it actually, I guess you need to listen, proves you need to listen to your mom, because it did add something to it. Now I'll add a little Parmesan. And there you go. Very inexpensive meal. For at least $9 to $10, I would say. More like 9. You can feed 10 people. That's that's $1 a person. Less than $1 a person. And so that shows. Shh. Sorry. He's saying, "Where's his spaghetti?" But it just shows. Check those bargain bins. There's usually some of the stuff in there is still pretty good. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this, and please come back, and if you like this video, please like and subscribe. It really helps our videos get out there being seen and helps our channel. So remember, you can do everything if you just put your mind to it. As my dad used to say, I can't, never did nothing. Always try, and you can do it. Bye.